actually saying something, you lame ass suckers. The beach is infinite where I'm from, and the timeline has only begun. You stunned?
Dance, dance. To the beat, let it move your feet. This is our language, where we're from. Just move to the waves of the drum. You just spoke in a native tongue.
Buffoon on the track, I don't even do when I rap. I ain't even try when I sing. This is my kind of thing. It's the rise of a king, kin to a kid who was my twin, like a hyphen. Draw the line in hip hop where the shit stop. Leave it in tip top shape for the hit snobs. Make them twist knobs so they wrist pop. Got the disc jocks screaming this rocks while we piss pots and we hip hop irrevocably. The domination is inevitably settling, pedaling into a whole nother timeline. Wise guys unidentified like a sci-fi Wi-Fi. Connecting when we network, make your neck hurt when my next words make you fester with the best verse mixture of elixirs. Gonna give you chills in your sweatshirt. I'm adjusted, modified to another kind of life. Coming up to sacrifice, man, that stuff is do or die. Plus I know that I'm alive, so go fuck a 9 to 5. I need to sleep, I got dreams to be. And my mama doesn't get it, and Papa isn't with it. A spillage village of common sense with a pivot. If I could get it, I got it. I'll be the prophet who profits off of nonsense.
Dance, dance. To the beat, let it move your feet. This is our language, where we're from. Just move to the waves of the drum. You just spoke in a native tongue.
Like, I can envision it. I just make it something like what I got there, just with like a cup on the side. Yeah. Maybe a cigar next to it.
It seems like that'll be
Yeah, man. Like, can you just like imagine that in like a bracelet and like with like a cup and a cigar next to it? Yeah, the logo.
yeah.
All right. But anyways, we're going to talk about that in a second because we are now live. Shout out to Meta Noise, Planet Hubbub. That will officially be the new intro for the Roundtable. Anekian Music is now sponsors. Thank you, Michael Katz, so much for everything you've been doing. I really appreciate it. We've been trying to promote this, you know, all throughout my Facebook page, John Brecco Media. I've been trying to promote it, and, you know, it's been really good so far. So I appreciate everything that this man has done. So shout out to him, shout out to all the artists, shout out to Julian Extra, shout out to Ben Gorski. Hopefully we can get this man's music on before the show actually ends. I want to hear Focus and I want to hear Dancing with Ghosts. Both are very good songs. It's just a waiting game right now for this man to send his music. I just got a message. Anekian Music President. Okay, I'll email the MP3s to you and him. I'll include the links to their videos as well if you have a way to share them that on your show or social media.
All right.
That pissed me off as an English major, but you know, but seriously, I appreciate everything this man has done for me. You know, all the times that, you know, I've bombed his phone, including now. I texted this man, I DM'd him on Instagram, I messaged him on Messenger, and people have shit to do, so they're not always gonna see it. You know what I mean?
But he could have took some more time.
Nah, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at him at all. You know, this kind of stuff happens. You know, emails get lost. I appreciate what this man has done, but Mike Dillon will be calling in a little bit. He's the guy whose show I was on a few days ago, about a week and a half, at Gateway Comedy Club. Not Gateway Comedy Club, Governors in the Little Room. He owns Gateway Comedy Club, but we'll talk a little bit more when he's on the air. The guest that I have right now,
William Burnett. I am a comedian, new to this.
Yeah, man. That's great to hear. You like it so far?
Yeah, it was dope. Like, I'm just waiting to get paid for real. Like, that's...
Well, I will say it does take a while for that to happen. I don't even get paid to do comedy yet.
I really just want to quit my job.
Yeah, but I think the most important thing you can have, and, I'm saying this from doing this and, doing comedy over the past, year and few months, you got to have, like, a vision of where you want to be, and you got to just
Focus.
keep your focus. And what I'm saying sounds really generic right now, and it's really pissing me off, but yeah, just keep
It's like
your,
when you're
just
trying
keep,
to think of something real serious to say, you can't think of nothing.
yeah,
at that
keep
moment.
your focus, like, make turns where you have to,
Yeah. But the
help-
tunnel vision
help-
toward the goal.
Yeah, it'll help structure your set, but you seem like you're enjoying it right now, so keep focusing on it. How many gigs have you done so far?
I've done like 5 total.
5?
And 2 of them were my own shows. So
All right, I can hear that from outside. We do have a phone call really quick. It might be Mike Dillon.
Phone call, guys.
I don't mean to
Phone call.
interrupt you. I got you. Put him on. All right. Hello?
Hey, John, Mike Dillon here.
Hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
I'm hanging in there a little late. I came from my granddaughter's spring recital, so that ran a little late.
That's all right, man. I appreciate having you on nonetheless. How you doing, bro?
Doing okay. It's starting to rain here again.
Oh, my God. That's
You get
awful.
3 days of sunshine now.
Yeah, it's been raining like fuck out here, too, so I understand, man. But,
Yeah, that was good fun.
yeah, I got to give a shout-out to this man real quick, William Burnett,
What's
for
up?
allowing us to get the show started. But I do want to start out by asking Mike, do you have any advice for this man? He started comedy a month ago, so what do you think the best thing is that he can do right now?
Just keep getting up and keep writing.
Keep riding?
I can remember playing 1 o'clock in the morning in coffee houses in front of 2 people, and they would conveniently play the play or put on the blender as soon as I got to a punchline.
Jesus.
So you couldn't, 2 people couldn't hear the punchline.
That's disrespectful.
Just keep getting up if you really love it.
Honestly, though, I can relate to those experiences. One time when I was out in Philly, I had a drunk guy run up on stage. And then the next time I went to Philly, I forgot everything I was going to say when I went to an open mic. So I've had nights like that. Recently at Greenwich, too, I was playing for like 2 people. The cleanup crew was going. The next show was about to go on. It was so bad that the guy I did the open mic for actually gave me my money back because this was one where you had to pay to get on.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, wow.
Wow.
yeah, it was not, none of those were a fun experience. But it's like he said, man, just keep grinding, just keep getting your name out there. How have your sets gone so far? Let me just ask you that really quick.
I don't even want to get cocky, but
They've gone well.
they've gone really good. I'm like 5 for 5 right now. I'm
That's
doing
awesome,
great.
man. That's good for you. What are some of the places you've been at?
What's the place called? I've been
Just always remember, doesn't matter if you've been doing it a month or you've been doing it 20 years, there's one just waiting to bite you in the ass.
Oh, my God.
There's
Yeah.
one set just waiting to bite you in the ass. Just always remember that.
yeah, I know what's coming.
But,
Trust me,
you
I've
know,
had
the
it.
thing is that what separates the ones who are meant to do it is that you just keep getting back up. You roll out of the bed the next day, and you're right back on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, he's absolutely right. And, it's harder for me personally to be funny when I'm on stage. I'm funnier, when I'm in like a conversation with somebody. It's hard for me to get up in front of strangers and do that. But, it's just taking me
Yeah.
doing it over and over again, honestly. But,
I'm the same way. Like I'm the type to like I stress about my material. Like so like if I write it once, I have to like leave it alone and then come back at it like 2 weeks later and like do all the edits and come
good.
back at it. And, like I take it serious though.
that's
like,
good, man. I'm glad. But let me get to Mike really quick. This man owns Gateway Comedy Club. He does shows in the Little Room and Governors. So, Mike, I want you to tell me a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your comedy career. Just tell me about you, man.
Well, I started in April of 2000, about 6 months before 9/11.
That's convenient.
For real.
And pretty much been going on ever since
Okay.
through a bunch of different situations, a lot of physical ailments.
Yeah.
But I keep going, and I was a stand-up for 14 years. I did a lot of the clubs on the East Coast. I did the East Coast circuit.
Okay.
And then I got sick, and I couldn't travel anymore.
Okay.
So I just produce now because the traveling has become a burden to me.
Yeah, I get you. I see all the stuff that, you post about your leg on Facebook, and you keep going through it, man. You keep trucking through it. I remember seeing you when I did the show for you last Sunday, and, I got up on stage, and this man's laugh was so entertaining, I had to say something about it. He sounds like Peter Griffin when he laughs, I swear to God. I mean, it's fine with me, because the next guy that I'm performing for on Thursday, shout out to Kurt Zimmerman, he looks like Peter Griffin. So that's the 2 gigs I'm going back and forth between right now. So, but no,
you need that one person in the crowd though. That one person
Yeah,
who makes
man.
everybody else laugh with their laugh.
yeah.
Like, I feel like I should hire one of those people and just bring it
I was gonna say
for the
my
rest of my life.
my girlfriend is actually sitting outside. She has the most maniacal laugh that I've ever heard, and I've had to make fun of her on stage because just the face and the laugh she has is priceless. Because it's just like, got the head tilt back and everything, scrunching up the neck, all of that. Watch her come back in here and barge and curse me out.
You gonna make her feel all insecure. She's not gonna want to laugh again.
Bro, I'm telling you, I can see it happening. Well, not the insecure part. I can get her through that, but
I cannot talk about my girl. She gets insecure about everything.
she's
Kind of breaking up on this end, John.
breaking up a little bit.
A little bit. I don't know if I'm coming through.
I can hear you fine, so you're good right now, man.
Okay.
All right,
You gotta
but
switch from Metro.
yeah, right? No, but Mike, I want you to tell us a little bit about the shows you do. You own Gateway Comedy Club, right?
That's correct, yeah.
All right. How often, do you do shows there? What are some of the people that we can see on Gateway?
I try to do at least one show a week. Again, I'm kind of physically challenged, so,
Yeah.
the moving around and moving equipment around has become a burden. So, I do like one a week, maybe two. Sometimes I do Friday and Saturday. But this weekend we have a Friday and Saturday. We're down in Patchogue, Long Island, which is a real hot
Okay.
spot now for entertainment. And then on Saturday we're back at my home base in Ronkonkoma, Long Island, with Frankie Pace from Saturday Night Live.
Oh, nice, man. That's awesome.
That's
Friday
big.
night we have George Gallo, who's a viral sensation.
Yeah.
He had a video that went viral, very funny comic. He's been around for 28 years.
Jesus,
Frankie
man.
Pace been around 35 years. I always close the show with a real old, I wouldn't say an old timer, but always a real closing act, not an act that says they're a closing act just because they're the last act. I put real headliners on,
Yeah.
and I always start with a really good MC. And
Yeah.
I remember the show that you were on.
You
I
had
think we had
Peaches.
Kiki Rodriguez, right?
Yeah, she is hysterical, man. The crowd work, she worked that crowd for I think about 40 minutes straight, and the crowd slowly got looser and looser, and the crowd was having fun the whole time. But when Peaches was on, it was just another level.
Well, Peaches has been around again. Not to give away her age, but she's been around over 20 years, and she's an old pro. I mean, she sticks with this. She recently did a video with Elton John's video in Philadelphia. She was a part of that.
Yeah.
She's a regular at the big iconic club in Harlem. I can't think of the name of it
Okay.
offhand. The Apollo. She's a regular there at their comedy club. She's out almost every night of the week doing comedy or DJing. She's also was a professional break dancer. So she, on stage, everything, comes together on stage. She does everything.
She was a professional breakdancer.
Yeah, that got me too.
Yeah, she was a professional, right?
I wasn't ready for that
Yeah,
one.
for real.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
amazing.
I was gonna say I expected comedy because I've seen her perform. I could have expected DJ.
I thought that was extinct breakdancing.
Breakdancing?
No,
man.
but she's also done that. She, like I said, my acts that close the shows are real pros. They're not.
Yeah.
A lot of guys nowadays, they close a show, an open mic, and all of a sudden they're a headliner, which of course isn't the case.
No, absolutely not.
So, whatever that's worth, that's what I do. I have my shows a couple of times a week, at best, sometimes 3. I think we have a couple of shows coming up where I have 3 in one night.
Yeah.
Working on that.
Yeah, no, but yeah, you definitely have a lot of good people. Sharon Simon, who I've performed with for one. Shout out to her. Like you said.
Yeah, I got Sharon coming up again at Governor's Little Room on June 29th. That's a sold-out show already.
Wow. And Sharon's really funny too. I remember the first show I did in New York. I was with Evan Weiss. She actually headlined it, and oh my God. Probably one of the better headliners I've seen.
Another old pro. Sharon's probably been around 18 years or so.
Yeah. But no, when you do this, man, you end up seeing a lot of cool people. You perform in front of a lot of great people and with great people. One of the people that I actually got to perform with when I was at his gig was Victoria Caputo. It was Teresa Caputo's daughter.
Oh, wow.
So that was a really cool experience. That was just something I can talk about. That was awesome. Also, there was one guy there named Reggie. He played for the NBA, right?
Everybody's been talking about him. I think he might have, because everybody's I remember the guy.
Yeah.
Vividly, but I mean, I didn't know what his pedigree was or what his, and he kept interjecting. Why wouldn't you say he was heckling? He was getting laughed, and he actually came up to me during the show and said, "I hope I'm not ruining the show on you."
Yeah.
And I said, "No, you're having fun. Everybody's having fun with you." And he might have been an ex-NBA player. I never got his last name. I would have known who, if he gave me his name, I would have known if he was an NBA player or not.
Reggie Miller.
Reggie Miller?
Was it Reggie Miller?
You know what? I can look him up right now. I thought he said it was Lynch, and I couldn't find him. I'm like,
yeah, Reggie Lynch, right? That's
it was
what
Reggie
his name
Lynch.
was.
Okay.
I've never heard of him.
I was gonna say because I tried to look him up, I couldn't find him. He might have just been in the NBA and not really done a whole lot. Which I don't want to break anybody's balls. I can never be in the NBA.
I was supposed to be.
You were supposed to be.
Yeah, it's from my meniscus.
He was a really nice guy. I mean, he was very respectful, even though he would, I think I kind of started it. I don't really consider it heckling when you get a laugh out of the audience.
You're having
Sometimes
fun.
it breaks the ice.
Yeah.
But I know when to shut up too. I mean, Reggie kept hitting the home run every time he said something, and the crowd got into it.
Yeah.
And so it kind of opened the crowd up, I think.
Oh, Peaches was loving it too. When she was on stage, she kept fucking with that man.
I know, she's egging him on. So,
him and that shiny
Peaches
bald
knows
head.
how to handle, somebody in the audience talking to her. She's been around. A lot of newer people would not know how to handle something like that. Where they just glance over it, not even say a thing. But Peaches would not. She won't let it go, and it actually helps the show if you have a good improv type comic on stage. It can actually make the show or help the show.
Yeah. And honestly, I can say that's one of the things that I still struggle with. I still struggle with being able to deal with hecklers. Sometimes my crowd work hits, sometimes it doesn't. That's something I feel like I have to get better at. Yeah. And, I'm working on it as I go. And, the only way you could really work on that is if you just keep going on stage.
Yes, exactly. And I've talked to a lot of old pros, and one in particular, I won't mention his name, who confided in me. He said it took him 10 years to be able to talk to the audience.
Yeah.
And there are some people just have a knack or a skill or a talent or have, made it made it part of their act. And there are some comics who almost 100%, maybe they're warm-up comics.
Yeah.
They've learned how R.C. Smith comes to mind. Almost his entire act is the crowd.
Yeah.
And, of course, he interjects his jokes as he hears what the audience member says to him.
Yeah.
But some people build their whole act around that. I have seen it personally, and R.C. Smith is one of the best. He was the warm-up comic for Rachel Ray for a long time, also Rosie, I think.
Yeah.
And now he's back in Florida. But, I had him about a year ago on one of my shows. I used to use him quite frequently. And his whole act was the audience. And, he knew what to say when they said something. He knew exactly what to say.
Yeah. I was going
Paul Veneer from New Jersey, another comic I work with. He's been in the business 35 years. Tonight Show, everything else, Comedy Central, and he does an awful lot of crowd work too. I mean, they just know what to say, no matter what the audience member may say. They just have it down so pat from doing it so very long.
Yeah, I gotcha. Honestly, with me, just personally, I feel like, some shows it hits and some shows it doesn't. One of the things from your show, this is why I hardly share my comedy on Facebook, because it's super critical of it. I think I've only shared like one video. But I remember when I did his show, when I did the crowd work, I think that was like the weaker part of my show. When I had my planned jokes, when I had, certain fat jokes ready, stuff about my beard, that was what really hit. The crowd work, I think, the crowd work at parts was good. I remember I got a good reception when I talked about his laugh. Yeah. The host actually kept talking about white people, so I started talking shit to him. Yeah, we had some fun with that. But
right, they were a little tight that evening. It took them a little while to get warmed up, but they certainly enjoyed the heck out of it at the end of the night. And sometimes all it takes is one comic to kind of go into the crowd and talk to somebody, which I don't remember who did that, but one of the comics that says she was a twin, and of course Reggie,
that was AJ,
helped open that whole end of the show up.
Yeah,
with
man.
You talk to them, let them feel comfortable.
Because I remember my girlfriend was telling me how tight they were for Matthew, and Matthew's super funny too, man. And I was surprised when I heard
Matthew, right. Matthew is very, very funny. He's only 18. He goes to school at Pace in the city, and he's getting a lot of spots everywhere, and he's getting noticed.
Good for him.
And he just has that. I look at him as a natural. He's just one of these naturally talented guys on stage. He's not afraid. He has the confidence. And he has the confidence in his material if the joke doesn't work to keep going. Yeah. And, he learns leaps and bounds, this kid.
Okay, gotcha, man. But I do have to get into some of Anekian's music really quick. Hey. So if Gino could get Julian Extra, Losing My Mind ready. I know that was one of the songs that we were supposed to have tonight. So, Gino, if you could get that ready, please. But, wait, where'd you say some of the spots you've been at again? I forget where you said, man.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't even say anything.
I was gonna say I might have started like thinking about something else in my head. That happens sometimes.
I'm trying to think of where the main place I was at. It's on Bourbon Street in Philly. I can't think of the name of it. I want to say Eddie's Attic, but I know that's not right.
Okay. I was going to say, I've been kind of scared to do Philly and open mics ever since those two experiences.
Yeah, I was holding that in the back of my head.
Town, ain't it?
Yeah.
Honestly, it was rough. I did some gigs in Philly, and I figured they liked me back in the day because I'm a down-to-earth type of drinking type of comic. Yeah. And boy, I've had some rough nights in Philly.
Are you an Eagles fan?
Well, he's from New York.
No,
so
I'm from New York, so I divide my allegiance to the Jets and the Giants only. I'm not a Buffalo fan. I don't consider them New York. I don't know what the hell they're actually.
You might hear
They're
music.
cold.
You might hear music play over you, so I'm just, warning you while you're talking. All right.
No problem.
All right, he said.
But Philly can be rough. Philly can be they're a rough town. They either like you or hate you. Kind of like the Apollo in New York City.
Yeah, no, I get you, man. But, all right, so we're going to get some 40-40-40 really quick from Metanoise, just because I was just told they don't have Losing Your Mind. So we're going to get that on really quick instead. So hopefully Gino can play that over my voice as I talk. But we'll start talking about, the show you were on last right after.
Yeah, all right, cool.
He's a good guy.
That guy on the phone?
Yeah.
Put the mic to your lips, time to cipher. I just took a nice hit, now I'm feeling hyper. Chilling with my vipers, the most of us delinquents. Really tripping up your mind with the sequence. Rappers getting seasick, they can't keep up with the flow. Yo, did you know I've been floating to the pinnacle? See his throat choking, your squad's embarrassed. Leave your doors open, I'ma rob you like Laguerres. Manipulation gets the best of your mental. Faces eating up your chest like you're smoking mental. Weapon is a pencil, got them tracing back like a stencil. Grinding every night like dental. Picked up the rental, had to choose a Cadillac. Old school rappers back, do the cabbage patch. Right after that, I'ma hit you with the 1-2. Mike chickity check, we don't need to do a run through. I don't need to punch you, I could just stun you with my rhymes and my puns, dude. I'm just having fun, don't tase me, bro. Crazy, yo, I forgot my camera. Look, mom, on the radio, I America. Flip flops, tube socks, please pull your trunks up. Homie brought the boombox, brother got the trunk up. If you think it's too hot, sucker, go and kick rocks. This is hip hop. Can we please turn the funk up? Y'all probably find me at the party. Probably trying to be outy, but Jay and Ozzy got me some Bacardi. And while we lollygagging, lil' mommy just call me Poppy. She asked me, can you rap? Cause everybody's so poppy. I said, well, don't go rocky on me like NyQuil and knock me out. But I would actually like to knock you up. However, I'm a sissy-wissy waiting for my missy. Your sissy just asked me, what is with me? Is she trying to diss me? Whatever, baby, just kiss me. She'll throw a hissy fit. We'll make our way back to your crib and then ditch you so you can miss me. Told you not to mess with me. I thought we had something in common, you ain't with me. Well, anyway, I see the #1 spot's empty. Looks like they want a hip-hop MC. Well, then I'm the guy who has the mind. Now's the time to rap's the rhyme.
Check, two-step in, Pepe Le Pew flexing. Never had much green, I'm a scene that could use dressing. Knew I've been the deuces, Blue's Clues ain't loose, Devin. Big shoes to peruse, thought you knew that the boots stretching. Your crew necking this weather-reduced senses. Quotes colder than the shoulders of soldiers with new X's. X up on my back, you can see that the youth stressing. Addicted to they vice, seeking gin like they new Tekken. A martial law that's knocking on your door, searching for alignment like the comets with the dinosaurs. I just want the greenery, no beef, I'm not an omnivore. Connoisseur that's connoisseur, searching for the common cause. Rivers is I. Figure with some figures that could fill up a river. I could be richer and die. Money fishing for a vision like a fisherman's eyes. But diminished all my wishes like a Christmas to privates. Like Grinch soap and Poe before we know the lows get cold. Couldn't afford the coat, trying to float. Head above water, the boat's been soaked. Searching for hope. People find it, then they overdose. Hold it close, spirit like the Holy Ghost. Cause I feel I lost my soul inside of all these quotes. Giving into peer pressure to fit letters won't bring better than string letters. Flipping burgers for a king dresser. So I should write what I think I should write. I should fight when I think I should fight. Why should you control my actions when it's I who will be living my life? But people still dying for sleep, so you should figure the price. I'm worth more than a pair of J's or laces on nights. I'm worth Mike sharper than a barber lacing them right. They wanna take what we have left, so they taking our rights. Never sleep, but what's the dreams that you'll be chasing tonight? It's so important. Mama trying said never give up on hoping to fly, and there's still more marriages than divorces. Living in there our corpses, winners in there our losses. You're either winning or learning, so losing is just the courses. Of course it's the high horses, rider. You can't tell me nothing, you can't smell me partner, partner, Puerto Rock, trying to live in the casa. Hopping out the Uber rider, taking trips in a chopper, rivers.
Oh, okay, time to hit a second one. Blessed and young, best to come. I will make your reverend run. Terrified, it is verified that you're scared to die. Clarify, I am the one who's the paradigm. Sweet Caroline, good rhymes never seem so good, but they should. When I speak, I'm not misunderstood. On the platform, people want amazing, so I rap for 'em. I'm following the rich like at Warren Buffett, but I'm not trying to covet. You know I ain't
thinking of it. I'm trying to spread love, kid. Hey, good stuff, kid. You got the juice now. You see what I just did? I just summoned Zeus down. Crown and befriend. He descends from Mount Olympus. Third eye, I met a noise. He is so with this. Won't you come and hit this while it's still cheering? Why the beat is blaring? Who is she staring at? Bring the beat back. Let me go and rap to her. Bring the seat back. Try to hold you with the fasten. And now let me stop. Grab a bow. Oh, you roll? Yeah. Lick it real slow. Get the sticky on your nose. I suppose you a pro. Cause this is a legitimate role. Talking a little bit more. And now that's cinnamon toast. Do you even care who I am? What I will become? She just exhaled. Took my hand. Said, you're still the one. Look at the time already, 4:20. Opened up my mind to open the door gently. Is she meant for me? I began to ask the question while I ran around the car, my heart racing. Did I mention a good Samaritan? Arrogant man for an American woman. Embarrassing kiss, she let slide. Caravan. A pair of them? She said it's something that we're used to. That's why I introduced you. Yes, and we both produced too. Executively, I threw one second-handedly. I can't believe I do what I do. It's such a fantasy. My sanity remains, she says. Your brain is out your element. I told her there's a thin line between being intelligent and being insane. I think I leaned toward the latter. She asked me for a reason, no, it didn't matter. Well, we bought 4 onions for the homies and then we celebrated. Why couldn't we save it? Cause sugar, we made it. Winners in there, I'm more physics.
All right, and that was 40-40-40 by Metanoise. I want to give a shout out to Tom Foolery, friend of mine that was recently added to my Facebook. I believe he's a fellow comedian. He wanted to check the show out, tried every single way that I think he knew how. I'm actually trying to share it to his page right now. I'm trying to type, I appreciate you wanting to check it out while trying to do the show. I'm like multitasking over here. My brain ain't right.
He's talented.
Sheesh. I'm trying, man. I'm really trying. But, all right, you were on the DJ Danny show before this.
Yes,
so
I was.
I do want you to kind of talk to me a little bit about, you know, your experience with that, because you had a lot of other comics in there with you.
Yeah.
You had Tracy, who I actually saw her first gig a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it was a bunch of funny comics.
Yeah, you had Tim Eli in there.
Hilarious.
You had John Pavaromo. You had some other guy. I think his name was like Turtle Cooch or something.
I cannot pronounce that last name. I'm not even going to try to embarrass myself.
I don't know. I think it was like Turtle Cooch or something. I'm like, that sounds like something Wiz Khalifa would imagine on ecstasy.
I wish I would have got his real name.
Yeah, but
Turtle's a cool name.
When he told me that, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like you introduce yourself like that. Like, you sure not Thomas?
Yeah, right. No, but, you know, tell me a little bit about, you know, your experience with that, you know, what you guys talked about, just stuff like that.
Yeah, that show was all over the place. Like,
I can imagine.
We were talking about everything from Disney movies to just ignorance and nastiness.
The first time that I heard Tim Eli on the air was an old show we had here called Robbinsville Trainwreck. And when they were talking, you know, it was him, Kurt Zimmerman, Tracy was on the show back then too, because I remember this. I think there was one other guy on there. They started talking about superheroes like based on like vagina and Blue Waffle. They were saying some crazy shit.
We didn't even get that far.
Yeah,
we didn't get that far.
Well, her show is supposed to be a family show.
Yeah, she tried. So once we got on there, it was a wrap. Like, we already knew.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure somebody busted out the F word.
It was Tim,
like,
of course.
Of course it was.
Of course.
You don't tell Tim what to say. He actually backed out of the gig I'm on this Thursday because they wanted to make it PG-13.
I mean, 10-year-old, they cursed. PG-13.
Yeah. They're gonna know what most of the shit you're saying means.
Exactly. They might as well let that go.
Yeah, but you had fun on the show?
Yeah, it was amazing. Like, I actually like doing radio shows. That's my first one. This is fun. This is really fun.
I was gonna say, how'd you end up meeting Danny?
I was performing at Friendly's.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
They did a comedy gig over there?
Yeah, it was a open mic, and I performed. She said she liked me. Her dad liked me and invited me to the show, and here I am.
I was gonna say, her dad's been talking about getting you here as much as he possibly can. he's been sitting out there like, oh my God, we've got all this stuff you can do. Try to like get you here like every day of the week and shit.
I'm gonna try to because I'm interested. Like, I want to be big.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to do that, you know, go for it.
Yeah.
That's how I got my start here. I started, you know, engineering for him because when I first started here, I was going to college. I didn't have time to do the show during my last semester.
Yeah.
So when I was done, that's when I approached Gino about doing a show. And crazy thing is, this man made me audition. It was crazy because what actually happened was he had another show host that he used to have. His name's Ray Brito. He put me on the show with him. He had me, you know, go on the whole time, you know, going back and forth with him. And Ray made this thing out of it, too. He said every corny thing I said, and if I got 4 bells, because he rang a bell when he did it, you know, I would have to get off the show. And it was a funny show because of it, because at one point I was just scared to say stuff because of it, because I got 2 of them early.
Ah, shit. That would have made you all nervous. Like,
yeah, it made me nervous. They started fucking with me during it. I, you know, started saying stuff a little bit later because I knew I had to say something.
Yeah.
I got another one like around like 9 o'clock. You know, I ended up managing to make it to like 9:25. I was like, fuck, I blew it. You know, I was actually scared I blew my shot. But then Danny called me the next day saying, you know, I could have the show. And I was like, let's go. And it's been a hell of a journey, man. Like I said, it's, you know, it was almost 2 years ago. And, you know, at first I just had anyone and everyone on just talking about like random shit on the air.
Yeah.
Then I had people actually, you know, want to come on. Some people I bribed with food. I can't do that now because they don't want to mess the studio up.
Well, if you can, I'll eat it in the car.
I was going to say, we got hella food out there. You finished, you tore up some Lunchables when you came in.
Yo, I'm a big-ass kid, yo. This is what I do. I watch cartoons.
I'm a big-ass adult. I'm a big-ass adult who watches anime.
Yeah, I watch anime.
You ain't lying.
I eat cereal dry, like...
My man!
Yo.
He don't like cereal with the milk.
I'm lactose intolerant, yo. I could go buy cereal from the store and just grab and just shove it in my mouth.
Oh, bro, Cinnamon Toast Crunch out the bag.
It doesn't even matter what type of Apple Jacks,
you ain't
Frosted Flakes.
You ain't putting milk in the bag. You getting it natural.
Yes.
Nobody puts milk in a fucking bag. You got mental issues if you put milk in a fucking bag.
I don't get people who drink milk. Period. Like that. It fucks me up for like weeks.
Well, that's because you're lactose intolerant. I love milk. I just don't like it in my cereal.
I just became lactose intolerant probably. Yo, I don't know when. It just randomly hit me. I cannot drink milk anymore.
Okay. You want to hear some shit? Honestly, the same thing happens with me, but it happens with Diet Coke. Like, I'm not even lying. I have a straight New Year's story about this.
Yo, that's crazy.
All right, you want me to share it on there?
Yeah, I'm down.
Share my dirty laundry, quite literally. You'll see why in a second. But... no, I went to a friend's house because, you know, we thought we were going to hang out there, drink, maybe bar hop in Philly.
Yeah.
And, you know, that for whatever reason, I forget why, it didn't end up happening. So we end up finding out that she tries to fake call her parents to come home so she can get us to leave so somebody else can get her to a college party.
Okay.
And right before that is when I had the problem with Diet Coke. And this is a little bit embarrassing for me to admit, but I ruined a good pair of underwear that night. Because 90% of that made it, not all of it. But when I found that out, it was perfect. Because I'm like, shit, I can do something with these right now and not have to, you know, deal with this until 4 in the morning or whenever I can get in the bathroom.
Perfect distraction.
Left that shit right on her lawn. She found that like 2 weeks later. I was like, I don't understand why you did this to me.
Shit, it's either that or me. Your lawn or myself, my butt.
It went past that at that point because when you like fake called your parents to come home just to get us out the house so you could go somewhere else.
Yeah.
I think you deserved a little bit of shit to happen to you. Literally.
Fuck your lawn, whoever that was.
Yeah, man. But that was That diarrhea was the biggest blessing my asshole has ever produced.
Yeah, I had like adult gas for the first time.
Adult gas.
Adult gas.
What the fuck is adult gas?
I didn't know it was a thing until I became an adult. It was.
Does it like just reach another level of stink? I don't know.
Apparently, it reaches a level of stink and it hurts. It actually hurts. Like it actually sits there for hours and you don't know what's wrong with you because you're just now becoming an adult.
You know what I really, really hate? I hate that when you try to hold it and then it like goes back and hurts your stomach.
Or like when you're trying to get it out and it just doesn't go nowhere.
Oh,
that's the worst. Like when you just like, yo, I know I got to fart.
Fucking Christ, man.
Nothing is coming out.
It's like you would have had it, but you know you like have to try to like hold it.
Yeah, like maybe I should just drink some milk so I could get it out of me.
That's why. That's why I know I'm happy in this relationship right now because I can fart no problem now.
Yo, for real.
You know, I think I was at that. I think it took me like 2 weeks. Usually I could do it like no problem as long as I get comfortable with a regular person. But you know, I think at that 2-week mark is when I started getting comfortable.
That was a little fast.
Hey, man. Although I will say this, there's a great way to make a girl feel comfortable on a first date, you know, by being disgusting. And, you know, there was this one first date that I went on with this girl, and she actually burped. And she was like, oh, my God, I'm embarrassed. I'm so sorry. You know what you have to do in that moment?
You got to burp back.
Yeah, you got to burp back. This man knows.
That's game 101.
Yeah, bro.
Make her feel comfortable.
Yeah. And the thing is, as soon as you burp, she'll start laughing. You know, it'll be a perfect icebreaker, and, you know, everything will be going good.
And you get some pussy.
Exactly. get some pussy from burping.
That's the goal.
Just don't burp inside the pussy. Then she just might smack the shit out of you.
Yeah, that's... You gotta go home after that. Just get up and leave.
I can't even imagine that.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Like you eat pussy so good, you start burping out here.
That's next level. We don't know about that.
I'm just waiting to eat pussy so good I have to take a shit after.
That's what
I've never
you
had
digest
that.
it.
Yeah, you know you just digest the juices and shit.
Yeah, the pineapple they were eating.
You know, could you like imagine that? Like you feel full after like you drank some soda and now you gotta take a piss because you did such a good job.
I gotta go back to her. What was wrong with you? What was you eating?
It's just like opening your mouth under Niagara Falls.
Oh my
shit.
God. Shit.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's some good pussy right there.
Yeah. I complete. You know, I had this show on track for about 45 minutes.
Yeah, I was ready to act up since the last show. Yo, like
I know. I was trying to keep this show, you know, somewhat on track because we did have Mike Dillon on. I did want him to, you know, go somewhat into his career. But, you know, whenever that's why I love having comedians on. Whenever I have a comedian, it's going to go off the rails at some point.
It has to. If you stick to you don't have a comedian if it just
it's not
stays on the tracks.
I was going to say, because most of the time I get regular people in here that goes off the rails.
Yeah.
Last week I had the band called Remember Yesterday on. And, you know, we were talking about anything and everything. And I think we got into sports at one point.
Yeah.
I had music people. We're on here talking about football and shit.
Shit, we could talk about sports. I know Dame Lillard about to go in tonight for all my basketball
God, definitely.
fans right now.
I was gonna say I'm not really too big on basketball. I could have a basic conversation about basketball. My first love is football.
Yeah,
that was what I played in high school. That's just what, you know.
Yeah.
I always love talking about.
I played left bench in basketball. So.
Left bench?
Yeah, left bench.
I remember freshman year I played left bench in football. They started switching me out a little bit low sophomore year. Then junior year they got to some bigger guys. They were like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, by senior year, I quit. I was like, "Nah, I'm not doing this no more."
I had set goals when I played football after my freshman year because I was like, "Shit, I was lucky to get in more than 2 plays a game." So, you know, my game plan was to start JV sophomore year because I knew I wasn't gonna bridge left bench to what's up.
I actually tried that same plan and just ended up
just ended up not working, right?
Sitting on the bench.
Yeah, and then, you know, I knew I wasn't going to go from left bench in freshman football to varsity. So, you know, my game plan was to start JV sophomore year, and I did that. Junior year, you know, I was still playing JV, but they actually put another guy over me because he was like 6'3", 300 pounds. And we actually went into that a little bit of how I think, big guys are a little bit overvalued, actually.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a lot of smaller guys that have so much more talent that get passed up because
I
they're
feel
small.
like nobody in the NBA, like there's the star players, but then the rest of the NBA they're just big bodies. That's all they're there for, just to be there.
I was going to say, Steph Curry's one of the smaller guys.
Yeah, he's like, he's like 6'1".
Yeah,
6'2".
I was going to say, what is he, like 6'1", 6'2"?
Yeah, that's still small, but...
That's small for an NBA player.
All the people who are like 6'8" and above, they're just...
He towers over me. 6'1" towers over me, and that's small for the NBA.
Exactly. And
so it's crazy.
I thought I was going to the NBA.
How tall are you?
5'6".
5'6"?
5'6", 5'7" if I wear my good shoes.
Are you really 5'6"? I thought you were taller than me.
You want to stand up?
Because I'm about 5'6", 5'7".
Well, we can measure it.
Yeah, holy shit. We'll do that after the show. I'm not trying to go fucking, do all this shit. Fucking do the Macarena with it. Do all kinds of like weird shit. I'm fine with just sitting in my seat. I'm fat as fuck.
I understand.
Listen, man, I'm so fat. If I see somebody with a widow's peak haircut, I think of the McDonald's symbol. I'm so fat. When I see Patrick Mahomes play football, I think of the Hawaiian Punch Kid.
Damn.
He does pull that haircut off better than me,
does.
Though.
He does.
You put that shit on my fat face, I look like a fucking Cabbage Patch Kid.
That dude's a beast, though.
I'm not gonna lie. I've put that in routines, and I do try it out on people sometimes when I go here. So I'm glad that worked.
Yeah,
those are a couple of things I have that always hits.
Yeah.
There's one that I do about my beard that I hate it when people insult my beard because people tell me I look Amish. Me looking Amish is not the problem. The problem is that I've heard it like 1,000 times already. I get sick of hearing the same shit.
That's like every day. Like, I hear people call me Will Smith, and they think it's so fucking creative.
You don't fucking look like Will Smith.
I don't look like Will Smith. I don't sound like Will Smith. My name is just William. Like
there is one guy who I've performed with that you look like a little bit. Yeah. His comedy name is Skip from BK.
Does he make money?
He does put on his own show. He probably gets something from that. That's kind of where
I said I'm trying to take somebody's money. Yeah. I'm gonna just pretend that I'm.
I hear you, man. I ain't mad at that. Not one bit. But yeah, no, that's where I'm trying to get to right now. I'm trying to, host some shows. Hopefully, hopefully put on my shows. I want to network a little bit more before I actually, put my own shows together. But
I love hosting. Hosting is the easiest form of comedy because
Have you hosted before?
I've hosted. That's where I started off at. My mom does shows.
Okay, so she lets you host sometimes.
Yeah, when she doesn't feel like paying anybody else, it's just, all right, you're up. I'm like, all right, I'm ready.
That's honestly great for you because you had an in.
Yeah, for real.
She
brings my fans and everything.
Yeah. It was hard for me because I didn't know how to get into stand-up. And people told me I should do it, a bunch of times before, but I didn't know how to do it. Yeah. And then I came to this radio station, and I met all the different comedians over here. Like I was telling you out there, Kurt Zimmerman, allowed me to do my first show.
Yeah.
Which I did at Take 5. Unfortunately, that place closed down, and he's doing it at the Villa Maria now. This is actually the first show I'm doing for Kurt, I think in about like 9-10 months. So I'm excited to work with him again, man.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
I bet.
Oh, man. But, I know you envision yourself, getting paid, doing a lot of different things with comedy.
Yeah, I don't even care how much money I make as long as I get to quit my job.
Yeah. But, what other things do you see for yourself going into comedy?
Movies.
Movies?
I want to be in movies
so you trying to be like Kevin Hart just with a mustache out here?
I'm not even trying. I'm trying to be bigger than Kevin Hart. I want to be William Burnett and make that my name.
I'm not mad at that. But honestly, man, I know I asked you last minute, but I do really appreciate you having on over here.
Anytime.
Yeah. Man, you're also welcome back anytime.
No problem.
Just like all the guests that I've had are. But I do want to say one more thing before we get off the air, I mentioned Anakian Music. I do want to give a shout out also to the Jerry Petito Show. You know, thank you for everything that you've done for me. I really appreciate it. And, you know, this is the first time that we've had a different sponsor on, one that, you know, where I'm playing music. So this was kind of an experimental show, I guess, in a way. I do want to thank Mike Dillon for, you know, coming on at first. I know he had to go after we played 40-40-40, but, you know, I appreciate you coming on nonetheless.
Yeah,
but,
I appreciate the advice, too.
Yeah, you know, especially, you know, when you're first starting out. Because, I mean, I would ask people sometimes, they would tell me, they would give me ways to throw my sets together. And, you know, I went from there. But, you know, other than that, it was just kind of me just figuring my stuff out, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, that's what it is, man, trial and error.
Yeah, for real.
So you seem like you have a good attitude, you know, with comedy. So I'm excited to see what you're going to do. I hope to personally have you back.
I'm excited.
I hope to personally see you just more often in the studio.
Yeah.
But
I'm going to be around.
Yeah, definitely. But once again, you know, thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it. And coming up next, we've got Funny Talk. Doug Max, Tom Mongelli.
Can I shout my Instagram out real quick?
Shout your Instagram out, man, please.
All right, everybody, follow me at Try to Stop Me. That's try, number 2, stop me, _. All right, that's it.
All right, definitely follow this, man. Definitely like my page, John Brecco Media, everybody. That page has been getting a lot of great support so far, 120 likes. It's only been about 2 weeks. So, you know, just keep the support that, you know, you've had. Share with your friends. Keep it rolling. You know, same way we've been doing it pretty much, you know, since the beginning. I actually did have a page at one point, but I actually deleted that Facebook because of all of the fuck shit I would have on there from like 2009, 2010.
Yeah.
I try to keep all the fuck shit right here.
Yeah, I'm happy. I stopped using Facebook mad long ago. So
Yeah.
I'm just now getting back onto it.
All right, we got Doug Max in the studio right now.
Hey.
How you doing, man? You good?
How are you?
I'm good, man. You have Evan Weiss coming on the 28th, right?
Maybe. He might be on the 11th.
11?
Yeah.
June 11th?
June 11th.
Okay. I was going to say, he did tell me he would try to come the 28th, but, you know, if he's able to make it, awesome. If not, like you said, June 11th. I saw John Pavaromo earlier. He was on the DJ Danny show.
Oh, I'm sorry you missed him.
Yeah, nah, it's all good. But it was nice seeing him. But, all right, we got to get off the air so these men can get on. They can get themselves set up. So this has been the Roundtable here on HamiltonRadio.net, channel HR2. Thank you one more time for coming on, man. Follow his Instagram, like the Facebook page. Dancing with Ghost, Ben Gorski. We out.
You've gotta be sick. I'm talking of a wild man in the Coming clan. It's like color of death on a church or a bed. You've gotta be frightening. You make them fall to the knees while inciting. I'm talking of a barbaric ritual, warning, inexplicable with your hands in the air. They starve and they sell. Dancing with ghosts, oh naive, it's ignorant, it's callow. A presence elusive, oh goodbyes, welcome intrusions. Dancing with ghosts, oh naive, it's ignorant, it's callow, it's shallow. Look into your life or you're sad. You're not gonna be happy unless you're mad. I'm trying to help you understand. The war you want will never end. Yes, this world thinks your life is despicable. I couldn't understand why they're unable to narrow down this table in which your problems evolve. They continue revolving, filling voids with a fight, afraid of what is right. Dancing with ghosts, oh naive, it's ignorant, it's callow. A presence elusive, oh goodbyes, welcome intrusions. Dancing with ghosts. it's shallow. A presence elusive. Oh, goodbye.